mic on. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Facebook.
Welcome to Hump Day Happy Hour. We're having a little bit of technical issue over on YouTube, so I'm going to play with that for just 1 second while we get things started. We have a special guest today.
It's not me.
Backspace. It's Adeline.
It's me.
You're there, honey.
Backspace.
It's me.
Just because
It's me.
I don't know why.
Anyway, well, the IT department is hard at work. I know I caught Gavin and Bill and Kurt checking in already, saying hello. I haven't seen who else we got, but
We will go through. We have lots of people over on Facebook. I will pop up the chat so he can see. There's Tim Pence. Unfortunately, for some reason, YouTube is just not working. Kevin,
Dale.
there
Hey,
you go.
Dave Taylor. Wow. The nipples. Chris Cooper from Canada. Wow, hey. Mikey, how's it going?
Backspace one more time, please.
Hope you didn't mind me combining your shipping the other day. Roger? Nice to see all you guys on for, I guess are we deeming this season 2?
This is season 2.
Season
two premiere. Although I did lie. I did lie about, I think we have to call in on YouTube. You know what we will do is we will record this. I'm going to record it right now. Oh, great. That won't work. Please show you. We'll record it and we will post it over to YouTube because unfortunately just is not working. I apologize to my... Oh, that's not going to work either. Well, okay. Whatever. Okay. Moving on. New season, new issues. They changed OBS, the software that we use, so. Anyway, so Adeline, let's say hi to our friends. There's Tom and Kyle. Mike says...
The Kyle that I know?
No, probably not. You probably don't know Kyle Chasen. Kurt Seaver said thanks for everything this weekend.
Thank you.
Gavin says, hello, Alkaline. Oh, jeez. Brett says Rucchino definitely had an energy drink today. Did he? We haven't seen the comment chat. Can't wait. Roger Cross is on. Hey there, Roger. And Dave Taylor. There's Shane and Michelle. Yeah. Bill Smith wants to say thank you for his Girl Scout cookies. What do you say?
You're welcome.
Gavin says, is the Adam Drake for the 2-hour Mugen Challenge Hump Day Happy Hour special?
That's where the energy drink thing came from.
Oh, copy. There's
Oh,
Nick.
D.
Nick D says hello. Say hi, sir.
Nick Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your friend from Motorama. He would come over and say hi, sweetheart. I'll show you a picture, then you remember. Dan.
Oh, yeah.
The one that was announcing there. You remember him? Dan says, great meeting you all this weekend. Thank
Same.
you for bringing me the Chuggy bag. Oh, awesome. Thanks for joining us on here. Oh, man. Oh, Gavin says we're late. I'm sorry. Dominic says April 20th yet. And not only is April 20th the first day of our season opener, do you know what else that day is?
What?
Your birthday. Adeline's going to be celebrating her birthday. So
On the race day.
that's right. Race days are her favorite days at LCRC.
Mhm.
There's Tim Long. Hey, Tim.
Who's he?
I hear you're making an appearance at Mugen Challenge this year.
Kyle thanked us for the fast shipping. You are absolutely welcome. And there's Robin Heil is on. Mrs. Heil. From school? Mrs.
Hi,
Heil?
David.
Okay.
The soccer?
Yeah.
You're crazy. crazy.
Yeah, it's time. It's definitely time to start thinking about working outside. That's for sure.
Yes, the weather was wonderful today. It was really, really beautiful. So
Don't laugh. I heard it's true, Tim. I heard from the top.
then
Yeah.
I believe it. Hey, Dennis. There's Dennis Brew on. Thank you guys all for joining us. So good to see all these
Lebo.
friendly faces on here. Oh, there's Russ. Hey, buddy. And Adeline was really excited. She just wanted to join us. Oh, Tim Long says that's fake news.
No, come on.
Tell your friends that are over on YouTube to head over here because I don't know why it won't work. Do you have YouTube on your phone?
I mean, she watches YouTube on my phone.
Oh
Isn't that-
my.
Who?
Jared. Hey, Jared.
Somewhere.
Oh my. Anyway, can you entertain the people while I do this?
Sure.
I can try.
Oh, Adeline, would you like to tell them what special products we have lately?
What products? What are products?
Things we sell.
Oh. Can I at least do one of them?
Sure.
Do you even know what that is?
No.
Of course.
No?
Just make it up.
Oh.
Anyway, so we are officially 30 days away from our season opener.
So, oh yeah, like she said, off-road begins here in, well, probably 29 days now, I believe.
Yes, and then, yeah, that's not gonna work. So, and then 9 days later is our oval season opener. So that's super, super exciting. So there, oh, Papa is on. Gavin, I ordered an air gun bit. I ordered one to try. So it hasn't made it here yet, but I got the cheaper one that you sent me. So I'm excited to see it. So, there is Jarrett.
Hey,
He
Rod.
says, cheers. Cheers to you, sir. Rod says, thanks for all the tires. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you need more, I know where you can get some. And here's Robert. He says, what Proline tires work at your track? I plan on making the ride once the truck's ready to roll. Proline tires.
I mean, M3s are good. You know, you can't go wrong with whole shots. Some of the new ones, I know a lot of guys run the slide lock here. I don't know. They've come out with a couple new ones that I really don't have any experience with.
Yeah, generally, early in the season, you're going to be on like a super soft
Yeah, M4, M3,
And,
whole shot, slide lock.
buckshot on a truck.
Yeah, buckshots on truck.
Yeah.
But like I said, they've come out with a couple new ones now that I believe are going to be the
Yeah.
way to go.
I'll tell you what, guys who run Proline, if you want to just drop it in the comments for him and let them know what you like best at LCRC, I think everybody has their own preference, so drop it in the comments and let them know. Jared says that you're growing up way too fast. Did I tell you Papa's on and he said hi?
Mhm.
Okay. But he didn't say hi back, so. Those are bearings.
We have some bearings that we're selling.
Yes. So we're going to highlight some cool products that we have a little bit later on, so
Jared's helping out with the Proline deal.
Perfect.
Like I said, slide locks and what else you got? Yeah, whole shots.
What does that one
convicts
say?
and buckshots for. Can't wait. Yeah, the Vandal's the new one. I
Vandal,
couldn't
yeah.
think of the name of the new one. The Vandal.
Whose is that one?
We have those in stock as well. So
Yeah.
you know, looking forward to getting back outside and testing some of the new stuff. So.
we don't have to read that whole comment because he's just talking to one of the other people, okay? So they can read that one in the comments if they want. Okay, so we are 30 days away. We promised them an update on what is coming to upgrades to the facility. I think Adeline's really excited about one of them. What's one thing we're going to do to the facility that you're really excited about?
Like, what's facility?
That means like stuff we're going to do outside to the parking lot and into like the play area that will make it better.
That the Gaga ball pit.
Yes. Okay. Did you forget?
Obviously.
We're going to build a Gaga ball pit. Adeline loves playing it at school, so we are going to add that for the kids to have something a little extra to play with.
Tell them what it is.
Yes, you tell them what it is.
So it's a big round like circle, and then how you play Gaga is there's a big ball in it, and then you hit it, and if it touch knee or below, then you're out, and then like
How do you get points?
you don't get points.
Oh, so you just whoever lasts the longest without getting out.
Yeah, that just they win.
Wow,
then.
that's awesome. Miss Harvey, Miss Sarah said that Kylie loves Gaga ball. So you guys can play together.
Kylie.
Yeah, remember from the races? Your friend Kylie? We've got to get you back
Never
to
a
the
dull
races.
moment.
You forget everybody. Okay, and then the other thing that we are adding is do you remember what the other thing was called with the ball that you hit? Tether ball?
Tetherball.
Yes. So Mr. Shane is going to help us add a tether ball, which is one of Mama's favorite things to play, and we like to
Mine
play
too.
together. Yeah, yeah. So a couple of new things coming to the kids area. So thank you, Adeline, for hanging out with us to tell them about the cool stuff for the kids area.
Yeah,
Do
Nick,
you-
you can play as long as you have your health insurance paid up.
So Adeline, are you ready to say goodbye? Okay. What do you say? You want to say bye, everybody?
Bye.
Bedtime.
Hey, thank you for hanging out with us.
You're welcome.
I love you.
Bye, Shane and Michelle.
Oh, bye, Shane. What about Papa?
Bye, Papa. I love you.
Here's your water, honey. I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. Gavin says bye, Alkaline.
Bye, you two, Alkaline.
Aw, Aunt Mo said don't let the star leave.
Aunt Mo.
Aunt Mo's on. From Disney.
Oh, yeah, Aunt Mo. I remember. What star?
You're the star of the show.
Okay.
Oh my. Okay, so let's tell them about the other upgrade to the facility while we're at it. It affects, because it's going to affect both off-road and oval folks.
Yeah, so in the past year or two, since we've added the 200 lot RV lot out there, the one adjacent to the oval, you know, in the spring especially, we have such a heck of a hard time with the with the rain and how soft the grass gets. So we're looking at not gravel in the whole lot, but we're actually going to make in order to keep the trucks and trailers and campers and motorhomes all up, on a gravel drive as opposed to being in the wet.
So when he's talking about the 200 lot, that is this area right here. Oh, I guess you can't see it, but camper lot 2. I thought you guys could see my map on each of those spots. If you've been here in person, they're actually pretty large areas. So there'll still be an area of grass, and then there'll also be a stone area that you can drive through. So that's what we're talking about when we do that. Upgrading camper lot 2. He left for me.
And those, I just talked to Steininger yesterday. So we really should be moving forward with that within the next 2 weeks. We hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, Dale, I tried. It was.
So Dale said, thanks for the mobile store at Border Wars. So Kevin went to an oval races last weekend that was Border Wars, and he took some parts along. So I was pretty mad at him. I was here in the store on Saturday. I didn't think you took very much stuff along, mostly like oval stuff or whatever. But every time I was looking for something, I was like, oh, you took it along. There were certain Traxxas parts and stuff I needed.
Well, I didn't take it all.
I know, but I sold like the couple that I had, and then I
Oh.
didn't have any more.
I was gonna say I was very, very conscious about not taking all of them.
Sure you were.
And I
Yeah.
actually, out of all the things I took along, you know what I sold the least of?
Traxxas.
Yeah.
You told me that, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But I think those guys, the Mud Boss guys, are usually pretty prepared. They have their stuff.
Yeah.
They like to shop in store, but they usually have at the races, I feel like. Kurt said, have you ordered more of the other part of the adjustable arms?
Oh no, Kurt, I had a pile of those here. I only brought half a dozen of them. Because again, I don't. Now that I say this, I'll start breaking arms left and right. But I mean, I'm shocked and awe about how few Custom Works adjustable arms we've broken over the years. But
Yeah.
I guess now maybe that's a thing. But no, I have. I'll bet I have 24 of them in stock. So.
Yeah. So I cut you off a little bit because I got distracted by a comment, but the drive-through, I'm especially excited because if you guys remember season opener last year, it was really muddy. Like the grass was so wet, and even though it was
We had to drag people in.
oh, it
let
was
alone
so
drag them
bad.
out.
So this is just going to eliminate that for the future. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about having that done so that people can pull right in onto the stone and not have to worry.
Yeah, even if if it all goes right, even if we do have a super wet week, and luckily for us, and I guess it's kind of strategic, but even after a rain, the driest part in the whole facility is the racetrack. So, even if we get a doozy the week before, and the yard, the grass areas are quote unquote flooded out. Pitting might be a little tighter because the guys out in that RV lot with the yearly reservations, they're pretty spoiled with having lots of room to spread their wings and do what they want. You might end up stuck on the gravel pads and like pitting behind your camper instead of beside it with the awning out.
It would be better than. Do you remember Danielle and her husband were pitted back there the one time, and it was just like so wet, right? In their like the rest of their spot was all dry, but the one spot like where their door was to get in and out of the camper was all wet. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I can bring you over some hay. Anyway, our other big announcement about the season opener is we actually are going to have a very exciting raffle going on during that race.
Yeah, Mugen stepped up and sending us a truggy kit.
One of the new truggy kits?
Yeah, one of the new ones that's probably just coming off the boat onto the dock.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna have one of the new MBX 8TRs to raffle off at the race, along with a whole bunch of cool door prizes and giveaway stuff.
Yes, of course that race, the off-road race is sponsored by Flashpoint, and they always do a fantastic job supporting us for that event. So the raffle, we did
Yeah, Tim, did I hear? Are you hand delivering the prizes and the raffle stuff for that?
It. I think you're pushing it.
I thought maybe I heard that somewhere,
Okay.
but I maybe I'm wrong.
We will be selling truggy tickets for $5 a piece for your chance to win. And it is a limited raffle. We did that last year. There's only so many tickets available. So that's that. Very exciting information about that race. Oh, Tim says maybe.
There you go. So you're saying we got a chance?
I don't think so. You could go hand pick it up, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
I gotta go. I gotta go get my plane reservation.
Nick just asked, must you be present to win? So actually last year we ended up selling some of those raffle tickets on our website and made it so that you did not have to be present to win. So I'm going to assume we're going to do it that same way. And we are going to take information down on the tickets, and you need not be present to win. We will contact you.
There you go. You could start your off-road career right off the bat, Nick.
Perfect.
Yeah. Nothing like
Great question.
Nothing like E-Truggy for the win.
Okay, David has a good question about races. He says, can sponsored racers race intermediate class?
They're not supposed to. There's no cut and dried rule on it. I know Joey's been trying to enforce some of that stuff out west, and we got to come up with some kind of algorithm or some kind of formula that if you're, we always said if you were fast enough to make the show in the big boy class, that you couldn't run the lower class. So
I'm not a racer, but I have an opinion about this. I generally had said I didn't love an intermediate class because I think that's what a C or a D holds together, and then you break them up by B. You could call those same things expert, intermediate, sportsman, novice, whatever. But now I actually really do like that we have the intermediate class, and the reason being is because we have a novice class, which that we do have a cut and dried rule about novice. After you win 3 races, you're out. Or I think that it even says somewhere that it's up to our discretion. You could be out from the very beginning if your lap times are fast enough to be.
And again, if you go out for the first heat of novice and your lap time's fast enough to put you in the show for intermediate, well, guess what? You're moving intermediate.
So then I really feel that the intermediate class is an excellent stepping stone for people who are exiting the novice class but are not really yet ready to be able to run with the other drivers. They may crash or not on purpose, but they might take people out because they're just still intermediate drivers.
It's like me with a sprint car.
So I think if you try to look at that class that way, there's never an issue about a sponsored driver being in the class, because it really is a stepping stone before you're really ready to be with all the other racers. That's just my opinion.
Yep. Doesn't she say it so wonderfully?
Yeah. And it is really nice right now because we have, I want to call it like the schoolboy class right now. Like the intermediate class is kind of like our schoolboy class in motocross.
Well, locally, because of what we got going on.
Yeah, because a lot of our younger novice drivers are stepping up out, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we had a really, what would we call it? Like the novice class of 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
They all started to graduate in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have what motocross people understand, the whole schoolboy thing. So we are definitely, we're nurturing a schoolboy division of e-buggy and nitro buggy. So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Who's that? Do you ever see that name before?
I can't really. Earl.
Kramer.
Earl? Is it Earl?
Earl Kramer? I think
Kramer.
I heard him before.
Okay.
Heard he was sleeping on the job.
We'll have to ask Adeline. Maybe she'll remember him.
Poor Zach's can't even get on YouTube to hear us making fun of you. How sad is Zach?
I'm sorry, Zach. Oh, thanks, Ed. Ed says I'm graceful with my
Hi,
words.
Earl.
Hi, Earl. Welcome.
How do you know Ed was talking about your words?
Because
I mean,
I know.
Maybe he was referring to me in my graceful way of saying crap.
Speaking of Ed, let's tell us about your trip to Border Wars. So Border Wars is an oval race that it was held, put on by Chad Segner at the Fairgrounds RC, which is in Bloomsburg.
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
And I'm asking it, Ed, maybe you know. Chad, if you're on. Nick maybe would know.
Okay.
So...
What border? Are you going to ask
Border Wars, that race has been happening for years now.
Yeah.
But it's in Bloomsburg, which is sort of mildly centrally located in the middle of Pennsylvania. So
can I assume
what borders are we actually warring here?
Can I assume that it was originally like between Ohio and Pennsylvania and happened in Erie, maybe?
Well, I always assumed that's what it was too, but it's an awful good ways away from the Ohio-Pennsylvania border.
Once you have a good name, you can't get away from it. You got to stick with a good name. I like Border Wars. I mean, I'll make a border right now. Like, that's a good name.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with good names.
It did, and you're probably right, because it did draw a ton of Ohio people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually.
Eric says it used to be in New York. Oh. Maybe a different border. Oh, well, maybe.
What do we know?
Wow. Nick says she's probably correct, but Eric says she used to be in New York.
I
would just always go with, I'm correct.
Yes, of course you would.
Listen, unless Chad's here to tell us we're wrong. Oh, man. So tell us about this Border Wars.
Which part? Oh, it was... So, it was at the Fairgrounds Raceway in Bloomsburg, and of course, you know the weather. Even even with indoor tracks, the weather still plays a part in the condition of the dirt and the tire game and all that jazz. And it was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, but man, the track really came around and it was great. I mean, the racing was insane. How close everybody was, and like I seeded into the C resort. What?
Sorry. Keep going.
I seeded into the C. I don't know. There was, I think, 60 some sprint cars. Anyway, I seeded well. Man, but come the first round, it was, whew. Everybody was fast, and it was 2 rounds, a rocket round, and before you knew it, I was in the E main, and blah, holy crap. But
For the wives that are on here, I was just wondering, is it just me that totally zones out when they start talking like seeding and round 1 and round 2 and round 3? I was third, and then somebody crashed me at the last 2 seconds. Like, can you just tell, how did you do? Like,
I didn't burn up any motors or speed controls.
well, that's good.
I prepped a pile of tires that I didn't break any A-arms.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
It's good.
So anyway, moral of the story is the event itself, and usually I'm the guy when I'm in the lower mains and I have a long drive home, I'm like, hey guys, sorry, you're all my friends, but see, you gotta go. I'm going home. But the racing was that good. Cody and I actually stuck around and watched all the A's, and it was, yeah, I mean,
Some great racing.
wow.
I actually, I had it playing in the store on Saturdays while I was working, and it was cool to listen to it and watch it. We were pretty busy on Saturday, but I got to catch some of the racing, so that was cool. I want to jump back to I want to jump back to a couple of the comments. Eric says she's always correct, and then of course Nick says unlike your spelling because he spelled correct wrong, which was hysterical. Gary confirms that it was close to the New York border. Kurt said it was a great weekend. Brent said maybe the off-road oval racer border, kind of like the old MXTT racer border. Okay, no, listen, I love this idea though. We should have a race.
You're killing me right now.
No.
You have no idea what I already set up.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
So you understand, and off-road guys, you'll know, because this oval thing has been like a disease. Mm-hmm. Obviously me and Cody and Zach and Earl all got it, and
Yeah.
and then
It got contagious.
yeah, so
Ethan,
Cowboy, Ethan, now Daryl Barth and his whole New York crew.
James Henry.
Yeah, Henry's doing it, right? So we were joking at Border Wars about, oh yeah, all these off-road guys, doing this oval thing.
Right.
Next thing you know, the oval guys start talking about how they want to come try off-road. So, of course, when I hear oh yeah, I'd like to come try it sometime, like, oh, hey, I got an e-buggy. Come on over. Let me know when you want to come.
Okay.
But obviously, I don't have enough e-buggies to go around. So what we joked about doing, because you always wanted to have that like customer appreciation day, like picnic potluck thing.
Of course.
So we're gonna
like to appreciate
we're
the
gonna
customers.
get all the schoolboy kids and the pit dads. We'll get turn 2 basically. Get turn 2 to come, right? And we'll invite all these oval guys.
Yeah.
And we'll get all the e-buggies and e-truggies out, and we'll just have a hoot someday.
Bull crap. I want to throw a race. No, we're going to throw a race. It's going to be the motocross TT thing, just like Brett was
dear.
saying. And you have to compete in both in order to get your podium.
Oh boy.
It takes a combination of your Moto 1, which is oval, and your Moto 2.
Oh, I know, but listen, me giving
There's one class.
me giving one of the oval guys an e-buggy arm, okay? One of the oval guys giving
We'll build mud bosses. Oh, those guys will build mud. It's what, $250? And build mud bosses. Oh my gosh, it would be so much fun. Nick says
Kurt,
he's
I hope
in.
you're listening to this.
Oh my
Kurt,
gosh, that would be
this
awesome.
is you doing a lot of work.
Oh, Oh, Dave says I have a hard enough time at oval, let alone off-road. I totally agree, Dave. It's not that it's easy; it's that it's fun and challenging. I mean, it's one thing to be good at one thing, but to be good at both. James Henry's somewhere listening to this. He's working on his stuff as we speak. Oh, but it's unfair. Can we just say that Ethan's not allowed to do it?
Why?
'Cause
Have
he's-
you seen Ethan drive a sprint car?
Oh no, is he telling, or does he? Whew. Kurt says he'll have to build a lot of mud boss. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Brad says I need a buggy, so there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Kurt's run my e-buggy before.
Yeah. Nick
Oh,
says
my e-buggy's out on tour right now. Actually, Haas has it from Adrenaline a couple weeks ago.
Nick's even offering to supply a sprint car for an off-road guy. I bet you an off-road guy might supply you an off-road buggy for it. Oh my gosh, that would be a blast.
Man, wow.
Wow.
Okay. That's what 2024.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That sounds like a July race to me.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jason is coming after you. He says Ethan's finally figuring out how to print a car.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen it either way. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I haven't watched any races.
He's getting onto it.
Gary says I have a brand new mud boss.
Oh yeah, heck, he won one of the big raffles at Border Wars. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Speaking of which, if you're into oval raffles, pay attention to Fairgrounds page because they're
Oh, yeah.
sharing all the raffles for their big race. That's next weekend. It's April 1st, so that's next weekend.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because we thought it was an April Fool's joke. They're doing a figure 8, but
Yeah.
it is not an April Fool's joke. That is true. So figure 8. I actually think that'd be hysterical. Really fun.
Not into it. Sorry.
I mean,
Doug.
that's okay.
Sorry.
You don't have to.
Hey, to each their own.
To each their own. Are we going to talk about some products?
Sure.
Speaking of which, can I just ask you, has anybody been on the website lately?
I was gonna say, you do know we're still live, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
The website searchability, it's on point.
It must be because the shipping department is.
But it's pretty good. So, but the thing about having a searchable website, which when I say that is when you type stuff in the search bar, it like actually pops up now. Brad says the figure 8's good for business. It's true, sells a lot of those parts.
Right?
But the bad thing is you have to know what to search for. So the kind of products that we're going to highlight this week are things you might not know that we are now carrying because they are newer products to our store.
And I did order. We sold out of those Struggy bags right away.
Yeah.
Kurt brought the last one up to Fairgrounds for Dan, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Speaking of which, the way that most of those bags sold, except for the one for, I think it was Dan, right?
I think so.
Were because they saw it in our email. So if you don't get our emails, I just wanted to show you how to sign up for that. So if you are on our website and you go all the way to the bottom, oh my, you just put your email in right here, and then you will be able to sign up for that list. And I send emails out basically when there's good stuff that you should know about. So 30 days till a race, or some great products came back in, things like that. So shameless plug, but it's kind of what we do. So
Yeah.
what do
How
you want?
about while you're over there, because I failed at this today because I don't ever do it.
Okay.
Show them like Outlaw 5 kit is out of stock. Show them how to go on and sign up for the alert so that when it comes back and get the email.
Sure. So, would you like to just type in Outlaw 5? That's good enough. Oh wait, no, keep going. Okay.
I
So much for my. Now, why does it have to? Oh, it's because all these things fit the Outlaw 5 kit.
Yep.
Okay, wait. Boom. It would have came up if I kept going, but I just know that it's here. So what Kevin is telling us about right now is that if something is out of stock, so like this is sold out currently, if you click on this little button that says tell me when it's back in stock, you just simply put your email address here and hit notify me when it's back available, and that's all you have to do. We will send you an email, and that is actually automated, so literally the second that we receive something back in, it shoots those emails out. So that is 100% the fastest way to find out if something comes back in stock.
Yeah, that actually is more effective or more efficient than relying on me to message you or,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm actually trying to point more and more people towards that because it is very difficult, especially because of that service, to try to beat that by calling you ahead of time before I receive it. And it just, really, that is the best way to find out when something comes back in.
So, Kurt actually just reminded me something we're going to talk about too. So, speaking of...
Was it how my email's on point? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Tim. Back to you.
Anyway. So we haven't been able to get 17.5 motors in general, let alone slot machines. Long story short, I got super lucky today. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and we have, 17 or 19. We have over 15 17.5 slot machines coming. They ship today.
Mm-hmm.
So today's Wednesday. Probably have them Monday.
Yeah.
So we will have 17.5 slot machines live on the website by late Monday, early Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you're, again, like, if you're looking for a 17.5 slot machine and you're like, man, I want to get on that, well, go on the website right now, look up 17.5 slot machine, make sure you look up the cheaper one, because that's the one that's coming, not the certified or certified plus. And click that blue bar, and you'll get the notification as soon as they go live, and you can order away.
Yeah. Sheila Sedler said that your shipping is awesome. We ordered a Truggy bag, and it was practically here the next day. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And then Mike said the stock alerts are dialed. Thank you. I mean, I really feel like that has been, it's been life-changing for our side and also for the customers, just because it gives you such an easy way to find out. I know not all of you are like website designers, and honestly, I'm not either. I'm just figuring it out as I go. But that is a service that as a part of our website, we're adding that service on. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, it does pretty good.
One of the best things that we pay for. So.
Mike and Rod, they use. I can tell every time we add, they're one of the first ones to order. So
yeah.
I know they use it. Thank you.
Well, and it's kind of fun too. I have to look into, I don't know how this works, but like, for example, if I have 40 people signed up for back in stock alerts for green reflexes, and I only get
24.
24, I don't think it emails all the people. I think it lets the first people know, and then it gives it so much time, and then lets more people know.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it pays to sign up early for that.
There you go.
I gotta dig back in.
Snooze, you lose.
I'm pretty sure, because I've had people say I didn't get an email, and I think it was because the people ahead of them got emails first. So
Okay.
Anyway.
And yes, Kurt, we have the 1121. We have the regular one and the certified. Right? 11, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, 1120. The 1120, that red rotor that everybody likes so much. We have it in regular and certified.
So I know we wanted to cover a couple products.
Oh, so one of the things she asked me about products, and everybody asks me about the things I use, and this bearing thing came up. One of my old time off-road friends, Jason Haas, was here the other week, and we were BS, and he was giving me a hard time about running sprint cars and stuff, because I used to be fairly opposed to some of that stuff. And I said that I was using these bearings in my sprint cars, and they're reasonably priced for the fancy pan ceramic stuff. They're $66 for a whole kit for the Outlaw or the Rocket. And I've had them in my half-inch offset car that I've been running at Bloom all year. And I was kind of bragging to Hoss about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I ran them in my off-road buggy at Mimi's, and they didn't last me very long at all." Happy with them, and I don't know how many times have I been to Bloom. A good handful of times this year.
Basically, if you said you've almost had a whole season on these bearings, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the only set of bearings that's ever been in my half-inch offset car, and
so that's the bearings that we're talking about. I just posted the link in the comments as well.
I was just telling you earlier today. I was just back last night after work. I was messing with my car a little bit, cleaning it up from the weekend, and the right rear wheel bearings are just getting a little gritty.
Yeah,
So,
which the bearings
and
are allowed to wear out.
I haven't cleaned them. I haven't oiled them. I basically don't ever work on my car, so they don't get any love.
Yeah.
And the right rear. If you'd see what the tires look like coming off of this thing, the right side gets punished for sure. So.
Yeah. Also, we have a Mugen bearing kit in stock now as well. So that little guffer is here. It's $26 for the full kit. There it is on the website. We have 6 of those in stock. And I will post the link to those as well. But we didn't always have bearing kits because you might not know it if you look on our website, but we have tons of individual bearings as well as tubes of 10 bearings, but we don't always carry bearing kits. But we were putting together so many for the Mugen and the customer cars that these were great bearings for that. So Jerry says he learned a lot about bearings recently. Was that from you?
Maybe.
Oh. And then Justin says, I'll have to get that bearing kit for my Outlaw 4. Yeah, it's a great kit.
I like it. I mean, I actually, I carry, 2 of my cars have it in it, and I carry those for spare bearings with me.
Yeah.
Again, not that knock on wood, that I haven't had to use spare bearings, but yeah. Hey, baby.
David said that time I needed a KO Propo programming kit and everyone laughed because there was no chance. But then Kevin found one in the shop. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, glad to help.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Allison said that would be an interesting test. I assume she's talking about the email alerts, but I missed it for a while, so I think that's what she means. Hi, Allison. Thanks for jumping on. There's Randy Heil. Good evening to you, sir. And then Kurt, you were on J Concepts Silver Smoothies this week?
Yep.
Yeah, you were.
Yep, Silver Smoothies for the win.
That's right.
Burns won sprint car and got second in late model on Silver Smoothies.
Yes. So we also have another new product in stock that has been something that's been very difficult to get for quite a while, which is, oh man, look, it says
What?
copy of. I forgot to delete the copy of.
Oh. Oh, well. Toby will tell you all about it. Don't worry. So, long story short.
It's an OGO rig.
Yeah, that. So, all the guys in the know, this is like the bag of all bags, and it is big enough. I could fold her up and stuff her in it.
Oh.
She's lucky shipping already went today.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the bag of all bags, I actually can, I'll show you mine here in a minute, but OGO come out, and they were killing it, and they were coming out with all kinds of new bags, and long story short, the company got bought out, and then it changed hands again, and things got hard to get. Now it finally settled down that the bags I think they're selling online for $329. We're selling them in store for $289. We have a couple different colors available, and shipping every day. So if you're looking for the bag of all bags,
We have it in both the black and then this dark static color. Sorry about the image. I added this kind of last minute. We've been selling it in store But I haven't really put them on the website until this evening because I wanted to share them with you guys. So I apologize. I will go back in and add some additional photos and update those listings a little bit. But I wanted to be able to just have something where if you did want to purchase it, you could.
So
This is his personal one.
this bag, I mean, I don't travel to races like, you know, Drake and Mayfield and those guys, but this bag's been to almost every foreign country I've ever been to. You know, when we go on vacation even, I empty out my RC stuff and use this as a luggage bag. As you can see, we keep all the red Plano boxes in it.
Which they fit perfectly. And they're probably going to have a hard time hearing you all the way over there. I'm just saying.
It's almost like it's made for it, you know, to fit those toolbox, tackle box, parts box, whatever you want to call them. And then the little aid tech boxes that we carry. I have mine with blue stickers on, but these stand up in there real nice. And then, you know, the Mugen bags. I have one that, this one's full of like my Dremel and soldering iron stuff, my temp gun, and then of course I also carry one right below it, which has all my flash point oil in it. So long story short, this one bag, man, I mean, it fits all the right stuff. And it's so stinking durable, it's not even funny. You know, my bins, obviously I race, I do snowmobile stuff, I do 8-scale off-road, I do carpet indoor, you know, different tracks I go to. You know, I'll use Border Wars for example. You know, I run Custom Works sprint cars, but I carried my Traxxas bin, I carried my 2 associated bins. You know, I got friends and customers that need oddball stuff, and I may not always have 5 new sets of whatever they're asking for, but you know, these parts bins that, you know, Chris and I have worked for years, you know, building this stock of personal stuff that when we go to races we try to carry with us. Richfield's a good example. You know, we don't take a ton of new parts to Richfield, but we always carry, you know, one of these bags full of those tackle boxes full of parts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
it's nice to be able to get those again. That's something we used to be able to sell because of our ATV motocross
Well,
history, and now we're just happy to have that back.
so seeing my bag there, it looks dirtier and nastier on the camera than it does in person.
It really does.
But I know, Harvey, you can chime in if you're still on.
Yeah,
those
I
guys.
loved that video. Or
Yeah,
that-
after Motorama, they took their Ugio bags to the car wash and moto wash and
yeah,
power wash them off the car wash, and they look like brand new.
they sure do.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever washed that one.
Yeah.
I blow it off from their hose when I get home from the races. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
There's only one downside to that bag.
what? Oh, because it gets so heavy.
No.
What?
Because that one time that we were coming home from Mexico and it was just you and I, and we packed everything into our bag, and then we were coming through Baltimore and we got stopped by the.
Yeah, because they thought we were drug dealers or something.
They just had never seen luggage bags like that before. But as soon as they were like, "Hey, do you mind if we take a peek in there?" And we're like, "Yeah, we don't care." And he just like opened one little corner and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're good." But he saw us coming and he was like, "It's an awful big bag for somebody coming home from Mexico."
I know, Nick. I couldn't have named that guy, but I knew somebody does make cutesy little. We call them cardboard, but it's like the drawers for the roller bags and stuff. That corrugated plastic.
Oh, Sarah just called you out.
What?
It wasn't David that cleaned that bag.
Sorry, Sarah. Sorry.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
technically, I didn't say David. I said Harvey. So, how do you know I was referring to David?
Oh,
Just saying.
Miss Harvey. How about
I
that?
apologize, man.
There go one of those bags right now. I'm gonna just thank someone.
We sold a bag already?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see who we can thank for that. Oh, shocking. It's Dennis Brew. Dennis Brew.
Aye.
I love
Sarah,
it.
no, he washed it. It was just my. Oh, all right.
Oh,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
Fair
okay.
enough.
Giving credit where credit is due.
Fair enough.
There is John on there. John is my buddy from Instagram that's been ordering from us. Thanks for
Oh,
jumping on here
all right.
and hanging out with us tonight. Wax space kindo. What does that mean? Oh, maybe the cleaner that they were talking about to clean it.
Oh, wax-based kind. No, they're talking about those bins, the motive bins for inside.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
we have someone else to thank too.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy Heil.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, thanks, Randy. I think you're going to be really
Kurt
glad to have
Romaggio.
that.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Randy, you will love that because when you go on the road and you're working out of town and you want to take some of your RC stuff with you to work out of town,
Yeah.
it'll be awesome. You'll love it. Yeah, Kurt, I same. I don't know anyone that's ever had one aside from maybe Mike Ream, and those of you who know Mr. Ream, he's a little strange. So
He doesn't like it?
No, he hated it.
Why?
He's the only human being I ever met that didn't
What
love
does
it.
he use?
Milk crates. I have no idea. He's
He does not use milk crates.
well, I don't know. What,
Ouch.
what does Ream use? Something different, because that was when we couldn't get Ogio bags,
Yeah.
and Billy wanted a new bag, so Billy ended up buying Mike's bag. He's the only guy I've ever met that didn't think
Aw.
the Ogios were the greatest thing ever.
Robin got it for Randy.
Oh,
You are the best wife. You're so sweet.
love him to death, but
Huh.
yes, definitely special.
Dennis buying product unseen. He's getting ready for yard sale. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Mike says he uses a Protect bag. Thanks for saying hi, Mike. Thanks
Yeah.
for,
Well,
saying hi.
I was just about to say, those of you who know that these things I say about Mike on the World Wide Web are all things I would say right to his face. So, sorry, Mike. Marabella stole one out in Wisconsin.
Mike's my ideal customer. He's so easygoing. That's what I say about Mike.
What, he got a deal on one? Settle down. Yeah.
Oh, man. What else
What do
we
you-
got?
Well, I don't know. You're covering up the list.
Hey, there's Jason. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, good. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Are you back on the Samwa train now, Reem? Like, is it official? Anyway, what else you got?
Well, let's talk about, I'm hoping next week our product highlight is going to be actually a demonstration of how to use the setup station. Is that next
Oh.
week? Or is next week tire preps? We have two, so we're going to try to highlight several things during Hump Day. I'll tell you a secret. Oh, there's Steven. Started trying to watch on
see
YouTube. I know, I'm really sorry about YouTube.
Can't get it to work.
Well, yeah, my software updated, and unfortunately, it would work for Facebook, but not for YouTube. I worked on this hours ago and thought everything was up and working, but for some reason at 7 o'clock it would not work. So I apologize. Anyway, we have some plans for
I read that, Brad.
for the way that we're going to do some hump days moving forward. We want to give you the most information for your time. Okay, we do not want to waste your time. We want it to be fun to hang out, but we also want you to gain knowledge. So we've been trying to think of some things that we can share, and the thing that I was telling Kevin today is I want to share things that you've tested, that you can tell people this is how it works, or you can teach them this is how we do this. So I've had a lot of people asking about how the setup stations work, or all the tips and tricks for how Kevin transports his, or stores it, or uses it. That's going to be an upcoming Hump Day.
Well, so Dan just said about referring back to Border Wars and doing a lot of things to the tires, and it's just a crazy game. And listen, this stuff doesn't just you don't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I had a dream, we should do it this way.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, 95% of what I do I didn't think of it myself.
Sure.
I may have built upon it and modified it or do it a little different. But
Or taken a couple people's ideas and put it together, and
yeah, I mean, you know,
there's a lot of
there's
time.
just there's so many little things, and some of my older videos that are out there, I've learned so much from them, and they were just what a year
A year ago. Yeah.
right? And I feel like some of that information is all wrong now. Like we should do it different. So I'm really anxious to do like the foam busting 2.0 video, and then
We're going to do basically a hump day that is dedicated to tire prep. So there'll be a multiple things that we're going to hit all in one hump day. And then we're going to do, last year I know some of you noticed that we take hump days and we would break up a part. So if we taught you something, we'll just take that part of the video and also share it. So if you want to go back and watch, hey, how was he doing that foam busting while you're doing it? You don't have to watch the whole hump day again. You can just go to YouTube and pull up the clip of the how-to part of that. So that's something we're going to strive to do, again, to just make it the easiest way for you to find information.
well, and so Kurt and Dan chattering back and forth. Kurt said something that really gets me. You know, it's funny how after one weekend tire prep change. You know, like the game changes every week. Well, it's part of what I've really learned from a year ago till now. It's no different than compounds or setups or the whole bit. It all depends on the track and the condition, and you know, like for here, did we glue the track? Did we oil the track? Did we, you know?
Yeah.
There's it's crazy.
Learning how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are just a couple of the things coming down the pike. We're also going to do some more yard sales again, and just hoping to give you lots of great content that you are glad to hang out with fellow like-minded RC racers and get some knowledge while you're at it. That's the goal for season 2.
She's not just another pretty face.
Mm-hmm. Rob Riegel says, are you getting excited? Heck yes, we are excited. We are excited to get to racing. So less than 30 days, guys, so I'll get to see you.
I don't really think that was a question. I think he was saying we were getting excited.
There was a couple question marks.
After the fact.
We're going to hit a couple more comments right before we jump off of here. So Steven says, everyone has a plan until it changes or you get punched in the face. Good call. Justin Albright said, sorry, off topic, but for my Outlaw 4 Sprint, I had won a gift certificate from Kimbrough Products, and they were out of metal pinions. So they had sent me some plastic ones. Will they be okay to use, or should you get metal ones?
No plastic pinions.
Yeah, get the metal ones.
Yeah.
And Steven says he is excited like a little schoolgirl. I can't wait for the opening. We can't wait. We have the oval opener and the off-road opener coming up, both in around 30 days, and we cannot wait to have all of you guys back.
Super excited.
So good to see all of you on here, and thank you for talking to us in the comments. It makes it so much more fun to do this when you guys are communicating with us. So that made it super cool. But thank you so much. Oh, Kurt says plastic pinion
For
gears
pan car?
for the pan car. Okay. Smoji says, Kevin, new feature will be you putting in the layout. What
Nope.
What new feature will you be putting in to the layout?
0.
Not
Same
for
layout
opener.
as Halloween. We never changed the layout for the opener.
Yeah, opener's going to be the same layout. We always do that because we don't know what kind of monsoons are coming through in April. So
Yeah.
we don't want to test our luck.
We never, in all the years, I don't know that we've ever changed the layout for the season opener.
I think the first year we tried to, and
learned
that's
a
why
lesson,
we
that's why
never did it again. But
I have to take your word for it because I don't remember.
I faintly remember that. Any oval changes, Krista? Possibly. I will let you know closer to time. I'll do a live and let you know what I'm going to do with the track. But we'll hang on to that information for now. Okay, guys, we are out of here. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We appreciate all of you and all of your loyalty and support of our business and our family. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
See y'all.